Thank you, Dan. Welcome, everyone. It's 6 minutes after the hour of 6 a.m. It's Tuesday, August 13th, 2019, 53 degrees outside. Shane, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I love Tuesday. Tuesday's my favorite day of the week. I can't tell you how much I like Tuesday. Tuesday is wonderful. There's nothing like Tuesday. I wish every day were Tuesday.
That's right. This is your giddy up day.
That's right.
Giddy up, ready for the rest of the week. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right. A long rest of the week. Well, I don't know. It's Tuesday's fine, I guess.
Well, it's only 24 hours.
Well, that's true. That's one of the saving graces, I guess, huh?
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Well, we got a new dog last Sunday from the dog pound. We adopted a third dog. Yeah.
You rescued a dog?
We rescued a 10-year-old dog with a heart murmur and whatever. So it's a great dog, though. It's a super dog. Yeah.
Well, that's good on you. That's pretty terrific.
Yeah. I don't know. He looks like a lab with 9-inch feet, or 9-inch legs. He's kind of,
9-inch legs.
He does. He looks.
Yeah. And a tail that's 4 feet long.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, wax everything,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Yeah. He sleeps under the covers. So when I come in to go to bed, of course, he starts growling, snarling under the covers because he doesn't know who's coming in there yet. So. That is pretty funny.
It's pretty tough when you have to dog-proof the house, because of a dog's tail. Yeah, that's tough.
Well, that's not so bad, but he escaped twice, got out of the yard twice. We had to do some real investigating to find out how he was getting out, because
Really?
Because none of the other dogs have ever gotten out, but he's pretty smart, so he's
So how tall is your fence?
well, he didn't jump over the fence. Fence is 4 feet, but yeah, he didn't jump over the fence. So he found by the back door. He went through the steps and around to the back of the steps and got out that way. So we had to block that off, and otherwise he's fine. So
That's great.
yeah.
Wait till he starts digging holes.
Well, doesn't seem to be a digger, not yet anyway. So.
You're only getting to know him now, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, if they want to dig, we got a pit for that.
So does his dog have a name?
Dog went through several names actually, but we finalized on AJ because at the pound they named the dog William Anderson Jefferson. That was the name of the dog at the pound.
They named him after a president. How nice.
Well, somebody wanted to call him William, somebody wanted to call him Andrew for Andy, and somebody else wanted to call him Jefferson. So they gave him all three names. So we just took the AJ of Andrew and Jefferson and made him AJ. So
William Jefferson Clinton, right?
Well, yeah, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could call him AC, and
There you go.
Yeah. We wanted a couple letters, that. Well, see, the wife has this thing about pets that if we've already used a letter, we can't use another letter. So we're going through and we're saying, okay, for names and everything, we're going through and say, okay, we can't use a T, we've used a T, we can't use M, we've used an M, and whatever. So we hadn't had an A yet, so AJ would work. So we eliminated another letter from the alphabet. So
yeah, you should get her a hieroglyphics dictionary. That ought to create some interest.
Well, yeah. Well, I asked her, when she went to, we took her to the vet, or we took him. I'm having a hard time calling him a him because we got 3 female dogs, a female cat, and
and now a him.
Yeah, and the wife, of course. So everyone in the house is a she, except the bird. The bird Gary is a guy.
Yeah, and you keep him in a cage, right?
Yeah, he's in the cage. So.
Yeah. The only other guy in the house is in a cage. Lucky,
yeah, right.
Lucky.
Yeah. The only guy in the house besides me I'm in the dog house. He's in the cage. So
that's right. Exactly.
That's where it is most of the time. So.
Yeah, the animals get the house and you get the dog house. Yeah, that's right. Very good.
Well, we took him to the vet because you get it. Well, I'll tell you the great thing about adopting this dog. They have pets for vets. You get a dog free. You don't have to pay the adoption fee to the Humane Society, or the Heart of the Valley, anyway, if
Yeah,
you're a vet.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And you get a free exam from the vet as well, the veterinarian, I should say.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah. So we took him in there, and I went in the room with him, and the wife went in to put him, give all the paperwork from the vet and the medical stuff, and he got all the shots and all that stuff. And I asked her, did you tell him his name is AAAJAYYY? She said, no, I didn't tell him that. So we got to have a cool name for this dog, Yeah, AJ's got to be like AAA or JAYYY.
Yeah,
So.
with enunciating the why, like, why did we get this dog?
Why did we get this dog? Yeah. I don't know. Well, every once in a while she gets on these kicks. She gets her laptop out, or her tablet, I should say, or Mac tablet out. She starts looking at the Humane Society, and all of a sudden we go out there, and she looks at dogs, and we couldn't find anything. And we go back she goes home and starts looking on the thing again and finds this dog. So we go out and look at this dog, and they take him over in the play area with your dog. We took one of our dogs with him to make sure the dogs get along and whatever. And they had pretty much no interest in each other after sniffing each other's butts. But other than that, they were fine.
Well, it sounds like AJ's big enough that he's going to take over the house.
Well, we have small, medium, and large. We got a little terrier, and then we got the bigger dog, Carly, and then we got this middle dog. So yeah, now, being a male, he may take over the house. He may assert himself here sooner or later.
Wait. Did you say you have a bigger dog than AJ?
Well, yeah. AJ was 27 pounds, I guess, and Carly's 38, something like that. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's not a huge difference.
So what you're telling me is you have an obese dog?
Yeah, no, we don't have an obese dog. He's not a lab or anything like that. He's
not AJ, the other dog.
Well, the other dog's not obese either. Only the small one is. She says that dog's got to lose weight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beginning to look like one of those pork belly pigs, right?
Yeah, so we're spending a small fortune on metabolic, science diet or whatever it is that we have specially shipped in for these dogs, and I'm going, geez. Okay, so anyway.
Well, if there are any rescue dog owners out there, text us or call and tell us your story.
Yeah, give us the heads up there. And I was really excited that if you are a vet and you need a companion, it's freebie. So go out there, Heart of the Valley, look around, see what's out there, and get yourself a companion.
You realize you should be patting yourself on the back because your weather forecast has been right?
Well, yeah, at least so far. Well, speaking of that, let's try it again, shall we?
Okay.
All right. Today, sunny. Yeah, it's going to be sunny with a high near 79, and that should be pretty nice. Tonight, clear, low around 51, so no precip in the forecast at the moment. On Wednesday, we're looking again sunny, high near 82. That's more normal for us this time of year. Wednesday night, there's a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms before midnight, and then mostly cloudy with a low around 52. On Thursday, mostly sunny, high near 79. And on Thursday evening, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms before midnight, and low of around 50. Friday night, 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 77. And Friday night, chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly before midnight, partly cloudy with a low around 50. So we haven't had temperatures this cool, and I don't think we've had this wet a July and August. I mean, it seems like it rains every day here, and we just don't normally have rain all the time. So
you mean it's cooling there?
Yeah, well, it's cool and it's
wet.
We're getting wet. So, temperatures around the area currently, Livingston's 47 degrees, Manhattan's 45, Three Forks is 47, Gallatin Gateway is 47. Ennis is 46. Big Sky is 41. And at the airport in Belgrade, it is 47 degrees right now. We're right at 53 degrees. I don't know if that's right or not. I don't know. That seems like a big stretch there. Between the airport being 47 and us being 6 degrees cooler, or
exactly.
Warmer rather. I don't know. That's a little much. So I'm going to call us 47. How's that? How's that?
That's river weather.
Yeah, that's better, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Hey, our poll question of the day: are you primarily a Mac or PC user? You a Mac or a PC person?
Mac.
Vote in our poll. I have a Mac as well, so get over there and check that out. Let's see. Our early voting is in. It's 3-1 Mac at the moment, 75% versus 25%. So, but the voting just started, so we'll see where we are later on in the program and go from there. Our poll question yesterday was, how old should a child be to have a cell phone? And we had answers all over the place on that one from yesterday. Let's see. 52% of you believed it was 15 to 18 should be the age. 20% thought 11 to 14. Let's see. 8% thought 7 to 10, and 17% had other answers. One was when they can pay for one, never. 26 was one, when they can pay for it. And by the age of 2, they should be able to show you how to use it. And 18 to 21 was the other answer that was in there. So yeah, thanks for responding to that. Poll is still open if you want to go over and check that out at kmmsam.com or AM 1450 at KMMS. Right now, we got to take care of ranchers, farmers, and all those folks. We got the Headwaters Livestock Report. We got Buffalo Restoration in the wings, waiting to perform for you. So, hey, this is one of the ways we make radio great again.
Here we go.
Here we go. We'll be right back. 23 minutes after the hour of 6 a.m. It is Tuesday, August 13, 2019, 53 degrees outside. We are looking for a high in, 75, 77, somewhere in that neighborhood. Shane Matabin with me. Half man, half amazing in beautiful downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, where
it's cold and overcast.
Are you going to call or what?
Okay.
There you go. You have me on speed dial?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, there it is. It's ringing as we speak. So, all right. This day in history, we have to go all the way back to 1521, Shane. Wow. That would be...
What a day this is.
Yeah, I know. Spanish conqueror Hernando Cortez captured present-day Mexico City from the Aztecs. Do the Mexicans owe reparations to the Aztecs, do you think? Are there any Aztecs still hanging around?
No, they wiped them out.
Are they extinct? No more Aztecs?
Yeah, as are all the indigenous people of the Caribbean, Caribbean islands, and most of Central America wiped out, South America, Northern South America, into the United States. Yeah, this guy was great. He went to Central America and conquered the Aztecs in 1521, right after Christopher Columbus, 20 years after.
Yeah.
Created huge wealth for the Spanish, king, the Castile, king of Spain, Castile, because Spain was still in different sections.
Yeah.
But he was the first phase of the Spanish colonization of the Americas, and he returned home in 1541, broke, and died 6 years later of natural causes, and very embittered because he didn't make any money.
Poor baby.
62 years old, not bad.
Yeah. Well, particularly when you're conquering other countries,
Yeah, exactly.
Good,
out battling.
Yeah. 1704, the Battle of Blenheim was fought during the War of the Spanish Succession, resulting in a victory for English and Austrian forces.
The Grand Alliance, yeah. This was the beginning of the Great Wars of the 18th and 19th century. And, of course, the interesting thing about this battle was this was a battle that Napoleon reviewed to win later in his conquest also of Italy. So it was a pretty important. The Marlborough family, because the first Marlborough was head of the British forces. So that's where their fame arrived from.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it has a lot of interesting context for war in the 18th and 19th century.
Yeah. On this date in 1899, movie director Alfred Hitchcock was born in London, and one of the guys who always liked to be in his own movies. Have a little spot
That's
where he
right.
was walking around somewhere in the background or whatever. So,
Like Mr. Lee did in the Marvel movies, right?
Right, yeah.
He always showed up in a scene. He did 50 feature films, and he was known as the master of suspense. And Alfred Hitchcock believed in directing. You created a scene for the imagination.
Right.
And of course, that led to different genres in the 80s and 90s of slash and dash and but,
yeah.
Like in the hotel, famous, scene in the hotel movie with the woman in the shower, it was chocolate syrup. That's what he used for blood because it was thick enough that it didn't dissolve before it got to the drain of the of the bathtub. Yeah, so he used chocolate syrup. But of course,
right. Well, it was a black and white movie, so you could do that, I guess. So
yeah, you could do. Yeah, it was really cool. He was fascinating character.
Yeah, when we first got to California, we on our honeymoon actually, we went to Universal and we went through the Psycho House. Got to see it. It's smaller than you would think. It's up on a hill, but yeah.
And then he did his famous Alfred Hitchcock Presents from 55 to 65 on TV.
Oh yeah.
His anthology of horror or whatever, and that was pretty fascinating. I remember watching that.
Yeah, people like that. 1932, Adolf Hitler rejected the post of Vice Chancellor of Germany, saying he was prepared to hold out for all or nothing, and I guess he did.
And he got it in November 1932. He got
it all.
He got the majority of the Reichstag and became chancellor on his own.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, we got to have Montana State News. We got to have Fox News. We got to have Brooke Foster weather. Peter's painting. Boy, it goes on and on. I'll tell you, we are making radio great again every single day here, Shane. This is amazing.
Of course.
Amazing stuff, isn't it? We'll be back with more of This Day in History following these important words. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. 24 minutes for the top of the hour. It's Tuesday, August 13th, 2019. 52 degrees outside. Looking for a high of 77 today. Shane Matobin on the line with me, half man, half amazing, in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. Tom Eagle off your morning mayor in the house. And this is the KMMS Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane. And Jeff Krauss will join us at 8 o'clock to bring us up to speed on what the city's doing. They're floating that bond issue for the new safety center building, so we'll find out all about that and some other things, of course. Jeff's always got something going on, so we'll check with him at 8 o'clock, so stay tuned for that. And right now we're reviewing This Day in History, and in 1934, the comic strip Little Abner by Al Capp made its debut in 1934, Shane.
Yep, Alfred Gerald Kaplan, and 25 years old, he started writing Little Abner and continued doing it for 43 years, teaching the world about the dog patch. He reached an estimated 60 million readers in over 900 American newspapers and 100 foreign newspapers in 28 countries. Oh, wow.
Those were the days, huh?
He had a reach. Can you imagine if he got paid like $1 a day?
Yeah, I know. That'd be
like $1,000 a day, like, whoa.
Why not? Hey, that'll work. 1942, Walt Disney's animated feature Bambi premiered at Radio City Music Hall in New York. What a sad movie. Bambi's mom gets it, and I don't know, Bambi's an orphan, and holy smokes, for the land of happiness and all of that, they sure to make some lousy, sad movies. Old Yeller and Bambi, and everybody gets whacked in these films.
Well, and the fascinating thing about it is that this was a follow-up to Snow White.
Yeah.
And so this was his next feature film, and a huge financial success for him. And, the rest, of course, is history. But
right. Yeah.
It's pretty fascinating, the life of Disney and what he accomplished in his lifetime. He's a pretty remarkable guy.
Yeah. A lot of failure in his life as well. One of those guys that just overcomes adversity every chance he gets. He doesn't give up, keeps on plugging, and sooner or later.
Like I like to say, people say, if you get knocked off the horse, get up and get back on the horse. Disney and a lot of guys like him, they got up and got on another horse.
Well, that's true. Yeah. That horse wasn't working, so I'm getting on this other horse. Yeah. All right. 1960, the first two-way telephone conversation by satellite took place with the help of the Echo 1 balloon satellite that we talked about yesterday, Shane.
Incredibly so, yeah. And the telephone is a Greek word meaning, this is good, distant voice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a remarkable piece of accomplishment. And to think it was 1876 when Bell invented it. Wow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Well, in 1961, Shane, Berlin was divided as East Germany sealed off the border between the city's eastern and western sectors in order to halt the flight of refugees. A wall works.
A wall worked, yeah. Incredibly, they wanted to get out, too.
Especially if you machine gun everybody who comes close to the wall.
Yeah,
that'll work.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't a wall to keep people in. It was a wall to keep people from getting out.
Right, yeah.
How amazing is that?
That's the difference, yeah. Well, in 1981, on this date, President Ronald Reagan signed a historic package of tax and budget reductions.
That's right, based upon the concept of supply-side economics, which has been the Republican call ever since, and it's proven to work. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, reduce the amount of taxes people paid, and the Treasury increased.
And they'll spend more and consume more, which grows the economy and expands the workforce.
And more taxes flow in.
That's right. And, it's quite fascinating because in his 84 election, when he won, he won 525 of 538 electoral votes, electoral votes, except Massachusetts, I think it was. 97.6. The only one that beat him was Roosevelt's 36 victory over Landon when he won 98.5% of the electoral vote, 523 of 531. So there you go.
Amen.
Amen to that, baby.
All right. We got to take another quick break here, and we'll be right back with more Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane right after this. It is, if you turn the mic on, it is 16 minutes for the top of the hour. Well, I haven't left the mic on in a long time, Shane, so.
Yeah.
That's been good, yeah.
I was quiet.
Yeah, I know you were. 16 minutes for the top of the hour. It is Tuesday, and it's August 13th, 2019, 52 degrees outside right now. And we're talking, Shane and I are talking about this day in history. 1995 Baseball Hall of Famer Mickey Mantle died of liver cancer at the young age of 63. What a ball player this guy was, man.
Over the top. The numbers were incredible, right?
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, his teammate hit the 61 home runs to break the record that Mantle was kind of expected to be the one that would do that, but.
Well, he was like the Babe,
Yeah.
He was a performer, he wasn't, he wasn't overwhelming in the press and everything, but he dealt with the press in a positive way and had a positive lifestyle. And so, it's just like the place came alive in Yankee Stadium when he'd walk out, just to be in the waiter's box, with his bat warming up, right? We're just like, yeah.
Yeah, Roger Maris was a little more outgoing
than
Mantle was.
Yeah, that's right.
And Well, based on the movie, probably regretted hitting those home runs because they wanted to put an asterisk next to him because he did it in 162 games and Ruth did it in 154 before they expanded the season and whatever. So yeah, they a lot of people said he wasn't the legitimate home run hitter, breaking a Ruth's record. But
well, the bottom line is anybody that can hit better than what 1.7 or one out of 10 times a bat. Like you got to give them credit.
I guess, yeah, you have to. Well, in 2003, on this date, Libya agreed to set up a $2.7 billion fund for families of 270 people killed in the 1988 Pan Am bombing. $2.7 billion fund for 270 people. Man, that's pretty good. That's a nice payday. That's a nice payday for you.
Yeah, it was a flight from Frankfurt to Detroit to London, and of course it blew up over Lockerbie, England, and killed 11 people.
What did Lockerbie,
Scotland? I'm sorry, Scotland, England. Yeah, Scotland. 11 people died on the ground.
Same thing, same thing.
UK,
same country.
Okay. Lockerbie, UK. Okay, so it killed 11 people on the ground as well, and it was just a horrific incident. The interesting thing was the 3-year joint investigation this is great, by Dumfries and Galloway Constabulary. Come on, help me with this.
Constabulary?
Yeah, Constabulary and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And they found 2 Libyans they wanted arrested and fought with Gaddafi, who turned them over, and then they went to trial, and one guy was found guilty, died in prison, of prostate cancer, and then Gaddafi paid the money. It's just one of those terrible situations. And the big rumor back then at the time was the East German Stasi, the secret police, were involved in this deal too. That was, I think, one of the reasons Americans pressed it so hard.
Yeah. Well, in 2004, the 28th Summer Olympic Games opened in Athens, back in the original landmark of where the Olympics started 28 times 4 years ago.
Very good. I like that. 1896. Okay.
Yeah, right. Okay, good.
Right.
Thanks for the quick math.
The modern Olympics began in 1896, but fascinating thing about this was the original one in 1896 was also in Athens. But this became a demonstration of overcost of a city, for an Olympics, and everyone talks about the Greek issue about remember what they've been dealing with. The whole problem with the finances of Greece goes back to the Olympics, because they went in the hole for billions to rebuild the city and everything for this Olympics. Yeah, it's an overwhelming cost. They shouldn't redo cities anymore. There's enough cities that have held the Olympics. They can just rotate those cities now.
I would think so. Yeah. Yeah, now you got to bid for them and
that's
whatever.
Right. Yeah.
It's a ripoff. It's a ripoff. It is.
Well, it is, because all the royal houses of Europe, that's where they went in the 18th, 19th century, was to the Olympics, to get paid. They lost everything, right? So now they run the Olympics, basically.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Olympics, the other day, Simone Bowles, the American gymnast, did a thing no one else has ever done before. A couple things, I guess. One on the balance beam, and she did a double, triple somersault in the air. I mean, most people do doubles, but a triple? Come on.
It's
off the charts. Yeah, it's off the charts as to what.
Well, it's like the ballerinas that you talk to. These kids start at 5 or 6 years old, and they practice for hours a day.
Oh yeah. Well, she's 22, 4'8", and 108 pounds. So, and it's all legs. She has 107-pound legs, and the rest of her was 1 pound. So, she's remarkable, man. She's amazing.
The rest of her is a life support system for her legs. Exactly.
Yeah, she is amazing. Well, speaking of amazing, in 2008, American Michael Phelps swam into history as the winningest Olympic athlete ever with his 10th and 11th career gold medals. So
28 medals, and
Yeah.
all-time record for Olympic gold medals, 23. Olympic gold medals on individual events, 13. Olympic medals in individual events, 16. I mean, it's just incredible. It started in 2008 in Beijing, and he just continued on for 3 Olympics and did it all, baby.
Yeah.
Big feet. He had big feet. Take care of your feet and your teeth, and you'll be okay.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I read a Sports Illustrated that his ankles are somewhat different than regular folks' ankles, so they're more fitted to doing this. And I don't know, hands, body shape, all these things contribute to being able to swiftly speed through the water.
And to sustain his training, he ate between 10 to 12,000 calories a day.
I know, yeah.
Astounding. Like,
I know.
wow.
I know. That's about what I eat now.
Yeah, that's right. Sure you do. Yeah. Just at breakfast, right?
Yeah, right. Well, it's a problem if you do athletics for, which I did all through high school, all through college, and all of a sudden you stop that daily regimen of running and everything else, but you keep eating the same things you were eating, guess what? Guess what's going to happen to you?
That's right. Yeah.
It's not going to be good.
Yeah, he apparently just at breakfast would eat 4,000 to 5,000 calories of food.
You eat pancakes and syrup and all kinds of eggs and bacon and the whole 9 yards. Yeah,
you're talking about 9 hefty meals at your favorite deli.
Well, yeah, 5 or 6 Big Macs per sitting, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
All right. In 2011, on this date, 7 people were killed when a stage collapsed at the Indiana State Fair during a powerful storm just before a concert was to begin. So,
I remember that.
Pretty nasty day for those folks. We got to do a quick break here. We're getting ahead of ourselves on time. So what else will we have? We'd have ZipRecruiter, of course.
Of course.
Of course. Why not? Let's go there right now. We'll be right back. 5 minutes for the top of the hour. It's Tuesday, August 13th, 2019, 52 degrees outside. Looking for a high in the mid-70s today. Hopefully that will materialize. No real rain in the forecast, so should be a pretty nice day if you're going to be out recreating or doing anything. And we're counting down this day in history. In 2011, in Republican presidential politics, Representative Michelle Bakken won the Iowa straw poll, and Texas Governor Rick Perry declared his candidacy. All the way into Iowa, you would think they had all declared sooner than that, but obviously not. So,
well, the fascinating thing about this was she was a congressman from the Minnesota 6th Congressional District. Does that sound familiar?
It does,
United States of House of Representatives.
Yeah.
From 2007 to 2015.
Now it's all. Now it's all. We know what it is now.
Yeah, some of those people doing something. Anyway.
Yeah.
Fascinating thing about this, though, this was the first year of the Tea Party movement involvement in politics.
Right.
And that's why she won the straw poll in Iowa because of the support that she got from the Tea Party. So this is the beginning of the importance of the Tea Party and the shift in the Republican Party to where it is today, quite honestly. So that's why she was the founder of the House Tea Party Caucus.
Right, yeah.
Like the Black Caucus they have now. Anyway,
or the Freedom Caucus. I guess the Tea Party may have morphed into the Freedom Caucus somewhat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's see. Nobody of any note was born today other than Annie Oakley. She was born on this date in 1860, died at the age of 66. An American markswoman, starred in the Buffalo Bill Wild West show, and was quite an attraction. She
That's right.
Apparently was a pretty good shot.
And became even more famous with Annie Get Your Gun, a Broadway hit that on Broadway, for 80 years, and played by many, many people. And I saw it once, and it was a pretty fantastic show, actually. Good musical.
Yeah, that was it. So kudos to her.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember the movie with her. trying to think who played what in there, but I can't remember who played her. Barbara Stanwyck, maybe.
I think so. Yeah, in the movie. That's correct. Yeah,
maybe it could be.
Right.
I don't know.
Good call.
Stretching my memory here.
Like a rubber band.
That's right, man.
The Eagle Man snaps back again.
It's taunt.
Exactly.
Well, we're coming up on the top of the hour. When we come back, the county's going to place the Law and Justice Center on the ballot, and we want to talk about that a little bit. Also, later on, we want to talk about there's new rules to deny green cards to legal immigrants if they're not pulling their weight, Shane. So, you got to pull your own weight if you're going to be in the United States. Can't come in here and just feed off the welfare system, like real Americans do.
Yeah, that's right.
Can't do that. So we'll be talking about that as we go along, and also the president's overhauled the endangered species protection. So we want to talk a little bit about that as well as we go through. And Jeff Krauss will be in the house at 8:00. So we'll be chatting with Jeff about what's going on with the city. They're getting ready to do bonds for the Public Safety Center that was passed by voters last election. So we're getting ready to crank that bad boy up and get it under construction.
It
get
is
it
a
going.
bad boy.
It is a bad boy. Yeah, it's about a 40 million bad boy. But anyway,
right.
we'll be back to talk about that as well. So we got a lot to do today. So it is a busy Tuesday. So we'll be right back with more of all the entertainment you could ever ask for and more. And hey, don't forget our app chat. We've got our text line 478-8298, but we've also got the app chat on the AM 1450 KMMS app. So check that out. So
there you go.
all right, Shay, we got a caller coming in, but we're going to the break. So give them. You can talk to them and see if they want to hang on or call back or whatever. So we'll be right back with more right after these important words. So stay tuned. Thank you, Dan. Welcome back, everyone. It's 4 minutes after the hour of 7 a.m. It's Tuesday, August 13, 2019, 52 degrees outside, looking for a high of 75 today. Jeff Krauss will be in the house at 8 o'clock, so stay tuned for that. Jeff will bring us up to speed on what the city dummies have been up to all week, so we'll find out what the only sane person on the city commission has to offer us. So we'll see.
The caller gave me a great question for the Jeff list, so I'll serve it up at 8 o'clock.
All right, good deal. Yeah, we've got a couple things to talk to Jeff about. The bonds for the safety thing. We'll talk about that as well. But before we went on the air, I was talking to Shane about my theory about the future of Shane and I on the morning show. Maybe we can throw that out to you. Because I'm throwing it out for two reasons. One is that sweeps start September 15th and run till I believe it's November 22nd, somewhere in there. They have odd dates. They start on a Thursday and on a Friday. I don't know why, but anyway, that's what they do. So it's critical that everybody out there tell everybody you know about this show and get them over here to listen to us. That's one thing. But the other thing is that I don't believe Town Square. Now, they may be dumber than I think, but I don't think during sweeps is the ideal time to change hosts. I think if you got something going that's been going, has been successful, you keep that going at least through sweeps. So I figure that if they are going to hire somebody else to do this, it ain't going to happen till after the first of the year, because nobody wants to move during the holidays and all of that.
In the middle of winter.
And the middle of winter, coming to Montana if they're not used to that weather. But we'll see what happens. But I feel a little safer now than I did maybe in June or July or April or May. So, but we'll see how it turns out. But I think we're going to be here for a while. I think so. We're pleased about that. So as long as we can stay here, we will. So it's
as long as town media and the listeners want us, we'll be here, right?
That's it. That's all it takes. So, some other things. Obviously, Town Square sets goals for us. They set a goal of 1,400 apps to sign up 1,400 people for the app from September to September. We're way ahead of that. We've signed up way more than that. Also, they do page views to our website, and we've increased page views every time except, we have. In the last 12 months, we've exceeded every month in page views.
Right.
And we've got over 1,300 downloads to our show, so we'll certainly make 15 the next couple months. So that's a milestone that nobody's ever achieved either here, I don't think. So we're happy about that. So let's take a phone call. 522-TALK is the number, 522-8255. Call you on the Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane. What's up?
Hey, this is Brad. How you guys doing?
Good.
You know, there's another milestone you guys have achieved.
What's that?
And I think you're the only host that everybody's liked since Mark Allen.
Oh, well,
Wow.
that could be true. Yeah.
You know,
Props
I mean,
to you there, Eagle Man.
Yeah.
Nice call. Yeah. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
I think the others, you know, like Dominic, he had his detractors and I guess the people that liked him. But Chris, you know, he wasn't. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So are they really? They haven't given you guys a contract or anything yet?
Nope. I'm not an employee of KMMS. A lot of people don't realize that. I'm an independent contractor. So I sell this show to them every month.
They need to give you a contract.
Well,
man.
yeah, that's what I keep telling them. What's the deal?
And what are they
And
saying?
I'm his humble mascot.
Oh, well, they posted the job twice. I think it's obvious if they could find anybody else that they want, it ain't going to be me. But why, I don't know. But you know, as I said before, there are things that are done behind the scenes, such as, you know, if Mark Levin suddenly left, and the brand manager would be the person who would go out and find and sign another act to, you know, take his place. And that's one of the things that I've never done before. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I could be taught to do it, and why they haven't trained me on all the things that, you know, we're going to approach a year here. We're in our 9th month. We're going to approach a year on the air here in a couple of months. So, you know, why not, you know, and I've asked that, you know, why not just train me now? And, well, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Anyway.
Well, here's what I'm going to do.
What are you going to do?
If they don't give you a contract and they hire some other dork to come in there and do that, I'm going to call the advertisers of this radio show every morning. I'm going to harass them and tell them I'm never going to spend a dime with you people. And I'm serious. I'm not even kidding. So if you're out there in New York or something wondering if you want to hire for this job, don't do it. We already got a guy.
Well, we appreciate that. Well, I told them, you know, I said, I'm happy to give you 3 years, and that's what most contracts are, a 3-year contract. You know, I said, I'm happy to sit here for 3 years, and then we'll talk, you know, if I want to be here longer than that. You know, obviously I'm an older guy. I don't think I sound old. I don't think I act old, but I am, you know.
Well,
it begs the question, though, Eagle Man, it begs the question. Do you think they tried ZipRecruiter?
Well, my goodness, I don't know. I should have thought about that.
All right. Well, I hope you guys get to stick around. I hope they don't get rid of you. You guys are awesome, man. Thanks a lot for doing this. We appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you guys out there listening to us.
Thank you for the call. That's
great.
very kind of you.
Hey, thanks.
Take care of yourself.
All right. Let's take another call. 522-TALK is the number, 522-8255. Call you on the air. What's going on?
Yes, this is Wayne again. Say, listen, I have that. I called in earlier and I had a question for Jeff Krauss.
Yeah.
And
I have it written down, Wayne. No
you got
problem.
it. Okay, but I have another statement to make, and I want to just kind of get it on the air and see what folks think. And that is, people are concerned about getting sales tax from visitors to the area.
Right.
Bozeman. And I don't know if you folks know this, but on your credit card, it has your zip code. all right,
Mm-hmm.
in the magnetic strip and in that little chip.
Yeah.
You got your zip code.
Yeah.
Now the question is, if we had a system, we being Bozeman or Gallatin County, had a system to recognize local zip codes, then everybody else that has non-local zip code on their credit card or their whatever,
Mm-hmm.
then why can we not charge them some sort of tax?
Yeah, I don't know if that would be, boy.
Well, I posed that
Yeah.
to our representative, won't mention any names, at the state level.
Right.
And he said that's illegal, but he
Yeah.
couldn't tell me what was illegal about it.
Well, I think it would probably, it wouldn't necessarily be discrimination, but it might be taxation without representation. I don't know.
Or
Well,
privacy
if
issue. It could be a privacy issue.
Yeah.
If they posted on a gas pump, and they said if you're not in, if you're not in this area or whatever it is,
Yeah.
following zip,
Yeah.
you will pay 3 cents or 2 cents a gallon or whatever the deal is.
Yeah.
Then you've disclosed it up front. If the guy doesn't want to get gas, fine. But if he does want to get gas,
Yeah.
he's going to pay.
Well, and the other thing too, I think most tourists are amazed they don't have a sales tax here. They're prepared to pay it, I think, but
there's no mechanism to do it.
yeah,
And
that's the issue. Yeah.
That's right. And I'm thinking about the easiest way to do it is do it electronically. Hey, this guy isn't in our area. 3 cents more a gallon.
Yeah.
That's the end of it, right?
Well, if we buy something online with our credit card, there's no tax to us.
Yeah.
If we buy from Amazon or, some Macy's or whatever online, the
Right.
so there's got to be it sounds like there's an easy way to do it for those folks that they know who to charge the tax to and who not to.
Exactly. You're going down the right path.
Yeah.
It's an electronic problem, and it can be solved very simply,
Yeah.
and it doesn't bother anybody because the money will all automatically go into the state, the 3 cents or 2 cents or whatever it is. And if you live here and you have a credit card on California or something like that, you better change your address because you're going to be paying. Yeah, you're going to be paying right.
Paying the sales tax. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Or if you're a snowbird and you got a credit card for Arizona, you better change you better change because we want your residents up here and we want you to pay taxes up here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the bite against paying or the outsiders paying taxes that we're here all year long and we be paying it all the time. So and there's more of us than there are tourists. So
correct.
It would penalize us more than it would the tourists, but so
get those guys out of state. That's an easy, simple way of doing it.
Yeah.
And whatever law there is out there, you can always change laws. I mean, we've got
that's true.
We got legislatures all over the place that can change the laws. So anyway,
yeah, well, they've got we've got resort taxes, we've got rental car taxes, things like that are so yeah.
Just disclose it and do it.
All right. Sounds
okay.
Hey, thanks for the call. All right. Yeah, sounds good. I'm not sure about the legality of it because you're having one person pay and another person not pay, so I'm not sure where that comes down. But I think Jeff's talked about that a time or two, but we'll put that on to ask him as well. And I should get Attorney General Tim Fox on again, and maybe that would be something we could talk to him about.
I think it's probably a privacy issue. That's probably what would be.
Well, it could be. Yeah, I'm a feign ignorance on that one, so not a clue.
You're so honest.
I'm not an attorney, but I play one on the radio. That's right. All right. Well, let's take a break here. It's only 2 minutes, so we'll get that out of the way, and then we can rock and roll till the bottom of the hour. And Jeff Krauss will be in here at 8 o'clock. We still got a lot to talk about locally. We got the Law and Justice Center. We've got the record spending for students, so we're going to talk about that as well. We've got the city's going to negotiate the bonds for the safety center. The Law and Justice Center is going on the ballot, so we're going to talk about all those things when we come back right after these important words. So pay attention. There may be a test afterwards because, well, I know you want to hear about ZipRecruiter and gold. So here you go. 19 minutes after the hour of 7 a.m., it's Tuesday, August 13th, 2019, 53 degrees outside, looking for a high of 75 degrees. And I guess the other thing, Shane, that we have somewhat of an advantage in some ways. Obviously, you went to school here at MSU and ran the Bacchus Kitchen and, went to high school in Billings and college here and, you know the area certainly. So even though you're in Canada, you're not unfamiliar with Bozeman, and you got family here and all of that. So that's why you're here. Yeah, and right. The other thing, I was thinking about this the other day that, I mentioned being older and having lived here 25 years. Obviously, there's people who have lived here a lot longer than I have. They're natives of, Bozeman. But I think one of the advantages that I have over someone coming in from the outside, I know it's Marr County, not Meager,
Very good.
And it's Bell, not Beal, or whatever. So, I'm not sure I know all the mountain ranges, but I know the Spanish Peaks and the Bridgers at least. So got something going for me there.
You get to see them every day, right?
Yeah, I know where Sacagawea Peak is and a couple other places, but the Crazies and some of those. But
I know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, you know them probably better than I do.
No, I know what's holding you up.
What's that?
You haven't gone to Yellowstone Park, so just drive down there.
That's the problem. I've never.
Drive there for an hour, and then you can say, "Been to Yellowstone Park." And ding, ding, ding.
It's 26 years, and I haven't been to Yellowstone yet. So I guess that's on my bucket list.
There you go.
It's there. Right up there with, I don't know. There's a lot of places I think I'd like to see, but Yellowstone, I should get down there one of these days, but I don't know. Something always seems to get in the way. Dogs, or something to do, or got to go to shopping or something. I don't know. Well, anyway, the county's going to place the Law and Justice Center on the November ballot. That'll be, I'm pretty sure it's next November. I don't think we got an election coming up this November. I don't know. Maybe we do.
Yeah.
Do we have something coming up this November?
A state election? I don't think so. No.
I don't know. Everybody's talking about 2020, so I'm not sure what we've got going on here.
Every 2 years.
Yeah.
Every 2 years, yeah.
So anyway,
you could have a special election.
We could have, yeah, but I don't think they're going to pay for that.
No.
Yeah, so, I don't think they're going to have something just to have the Law and Justice Center on it and a couple other things. So I'm pretty sure that, that's going to be 2020. But anyway, they're going to ask for $59 million bond issue to pay for this Law and Justice Center. 129,000 square foot building, cost $65 million, and would include it'll include the sheriff's office, victim services, youth court, clerk of the district court, and justice and district courts. And the county has set aside $6 million for the new building, which would replace the one at 615 South 16th. And if they approve it, if you have a $200,000 home, which no one has, you'd see $34.10 in increase in your property taxes for the Law and Justice Center. So tax impact would decline over the 20-year life of the bonds. So you got that going for you. So let's take a phone call. 522-TALK is the number. Caller, you are on the Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane. What's up?
Good morning, guys. This is Jerry.
Hey, Jerry. How's it going?
Don't worry about going to Yellowstone Park, Tom. If that thing blows, the park will come to you.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the park to land in my front yard.
All right. I just wanted to make a quick note for Tony, who called in from Livingston, who's going to go down to
Quake Lake and visit?
Yes.
If he's listening, there's a visitor center there. It's right opposite the slide where the side of the mountain caved in and buried all those people. They're still under there.
Wow.
They never did retrieve those folks.
Yeah.
There's a visitor center there with a seismograph measuring the Madison fault line, which runs right along the Madison River, and it's constantly active.
Yeah.
So, and Tony, if you're listening, bring your fishing rod. There's some real big fish in Quake Lake.
All right.
Okay.
Excellent call. Thanks
Thank
much,
you.
Jerry. Appreciate
Bye-bye.
it. All right. Thanks for that info. Yeah, that's a good deal. Yeah, get out there, get some fish, and you can watch the seismograph go off and wonder, oh, that's a big spike there.
Yeah, like what's that movie where the guy's fishing on the lake in California or whatever, and the ground opens up and he's gone. The lake drains and the guy's gone.
Missed that one, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure it's a Sci-Fi Channel more than likely.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, anyway, getting back to our Law and Justice Center, I know a lot of people feel, oh man, another latte, another 6-pack, whatever it is. But I don't know, and I agree with what Clint said. Let's move some of those people out of there and see how much room we've got. The one thing that seems to be one of the bone of contentions of continuing with that building is that it was built in the 1960s, and I know we've had people call in who worked on the building, and they claim it's not safe, or safe as a new building would be, built to code and whatever, built to the current codes, I guess, versus the 1960 codes. But I know they put some reinforcing rods and everything in that building a few years back. That's another nice thing of being here, living here. You know that kind of stuff from the past. But
well, here's what's coming up. Okay, I've been through this. We've talked about stuff in Vancouver similar. So here's what's coming, folks. That building could, of course, be converted to low-income housing. Condos, apartments, Yeah. But, oh, no, it's not up to safety code. So what's coming is they're going to sell it to a developer. You wait and see. That's
who will tear it down. And, well, you're still going to have the detention center there, I guess.
Oh, no, they'll figure something out afterwards.
Yeah. Well, look how long it took us to get a jail.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we didn't think we were ever going to get a jail, and then this Law and Justice Center. I think if they want the Law and Justice Center to pass, they got to change the name. It's got to be something else. It's got to be the Tom and Shane Building or something that people will vote for. Let's take a phone call. 522 Talk is the number. Caller, you're on the Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane. What's going on?
You're irritating me this morning.
Am I?
Yeah. Very good.
Boy, I'll tell you, them people in Bozeman, they're going to be faced with about $100 million worth of bonds.
Yep. Yeah, we got a bunch of them.
And then the county's going to be faced out here with another 50 or 60 million.
Yep.
But the thing is, when that was built in 1960, I believe it was built.
Yeah.
It was right after the earthquake, 59, and it was built then to earthquake standards.
Supposedly, yeah. That's
now, here's one other thing.
Yeah.
The Wilson School, okay, wasn't safe for the children because it couldn't pass an earthquake standards.
Yeah.
Okay, what's happened? There's offices in there. They sold seats in there in the
auditorium.
Yeah. And
right now, technology used to have their offices in there.
Yep. And so anyway, it's a bunch of crap. That's what I'm saying. Is they don't tell you the truth about anything anymore. It seems like. Yeah. And the people out here in this valley, and I know lots of them. I've been born and raised here. They don't want that new Law and Justice Center. They can't afford it. Like you said, what, it was $34 on $200,000 taxable value? What about a $300,000 or $350,000 house? That's what they are now, or $400,000.
Well, that's why they don't tell you, because they don't want people to know what the real cost is.
I know it.
home.
The cost of it is the cost of it is horrendous.
Yeah.
And that's just a part of it. They got the janitors. You got
you got all the costs that go with it. Sure.
Yeah, there's lots of other things that go with that.
Yeah.
Now I will tell you this.
Real quick, gotta go.
You could take $2 million and build a building there. I know it could be done, 50 by 100, and fully insulate it and wire it, okay, and put anything that's in that Law and Justice Center in that building for $2 million. You could do that.
There you go. Hey, all right. I got to go, Clint. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm up against the clock. So
I want to talk to Jeff.
All right.
And when he comes on, okay?
All right. I'll let you double dip this one time.
Okay.
Don't abuse it.
Okay, I won't.
All right. Thanks. All right. We'll be right back with more. Shane, we got a caller on the line, so if you could entertain them, we'll be right back with more right after this. It's 23 minutes before the top of the hour. Jeff Krauss will join us at 8 o'clock, and we'll be talking about, the Safety Center and some other things, I guess. I got see what the City Commission did last night that we should be in rabid fear of, whatever they decided to do. What do you think, Shane?
Like the interest rate on the bond.
Right, yeah. What's that interest rate going to be on? Should we invest in those bonds, do you think, Shane? What do you think?
I don't know. But you got to call her, and she's ready.
All right. Well, obviously, you've vetted her, and she's worth our time. If not, it's on you.
She's a sweetheart.
All right. Let's go to the phones. 522-TALK is the number. Calling on the Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane. What's happening?
I just wondered how your Tuesday was going, since it's not your favorite day.
It's not my favorite day. Yeah, Tuesday.
Well, anyway, I had something to say about this. Is a day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it.
Well, all right. I as I said at the beginning of the show, I love Tuesday. I can't get enough of them.
Hot dog.
So I hope the Lord is listening.
Oh, well, he does listen to you. You bet.
Well.
Oh, my goodness. No, wait. This is important. Did you hear what she said? She said hot dog.
Hot dog.
This young lady's 88 years young.
Oh,
so
all right.
Tell Tom where hot dog came from.
I'm only 87. Don't make me older than I am.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hot dog.
Okay,
where do you remember hot dog as a child?
Yeah, I do. See you later. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, Oscar Mayer wieners, I remember those. So
that's right.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember what hot dogs didn't come in a package. We bought them at the grocery store, and they were all tied together with string on the end.
That's right.
Yeah, they were like garland on a Christmas tree, sort of.
That's right.
And you just cut off as many as you wanted, and there you are.
Incredible, it's such an amazing thing that was created. Talk about innovation. Let's use what's left over and make something big.
Yeah. Let's make somebody that nobody on this planet wants to watch being made.
That's right.
Let's make it. Yeah. Let's throw some hooves in there, some noses, ears. We don't care. It's all right. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, the interesting thing about her saying hot dog, it's an idiom.
Yeah.
And it was a reference from the 30s to perform daring, showy, often dangerous stunts. Ooh. So as to impress other people. Ooh. So people would go, hot dog.
That's something, huh? All right. Well, if you say so.
Oh.
You would know.
I tried to.
You would know, I'm sure. So, well, let's see. In other news, we got to talk a little bit about the Bozeman Public Schools. They're expecting a record school year. Enrollment 7,000 students for the first time. That's a lot of kids, if you ask me.
A big valley, baby.
It is. They're spending a record $95.4 million to educate them.
There you go.
Sounds good. School board voted unanimously Monday night to approve budgets for the elementary and high school districts. Spending plans that are 2.9% bigger than last year to educate more students, hire more staff, and cover pay raises. The school district plans to spend $1.4 million more than last year. That means a 3.4% increase in local property taxes to raise $44.6 million.
Yes, sir. Well, we brought this up once in a conversation. I'll bring it up again. Since 1950, the largest increase in education costs, administrators, 700% increase in salaries since 1950.
I don't know that we have to have an administrator for every single school. I think like some of them could do two of them that are close to each other or something like that. Just kind of go back and forth.
What the principal did anyway was administrate the school, right?
Well, that's what I'm going to say. Yeah, you kind of meet with a principal every couple of weeks, and you don't have to be in. You could do several schools. Go meet with one each day, five schools, one administrator. What's the deal?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. We got to take a break. I gotta think about all this money. We're talking about a lot of money this morning, Shane. That's a lot of money, and it's all ours. They're coming for it.
Going one way into the black hole, baby.
That's where it's going. All right, we'll be right back with more right after this. 15 minutes before the top of the hour. It's Tuesday, August 13th, 2019. 58 degrees outside, and thank God for Tuesday.
Exactly.
I'm watching. I'm covering all my bases this morning, Shane.
You are indeed. It's a giddy up day.
That's right. I've never been much for prayer. I never want God to know exactly where I am. All right, let's take some calls, see what's going on out in the world of radio here. Shane, 522-TALK is the number, 522-8255. Caller, you on the Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane. What's going on?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
So last Friday, there was a comment made comparing someone in school. Let's say they make a threat against a classmate or against the school, and compare that to John Tester. I mean, if a kid makes a threat against the school, he's going to be expelled, 3-day suspension. They're going to check into everything. They're going to check it all out. John Tester makes the comment that Trump should be punched in the face, and he hasn't had any kind of investigation what's going on with that.
Yeah.
It's like the left can get away with anything. Look at Joe Biden. He made the comment a while back, I want to take Trump behind the gym and teach him a lesson. Was that investigated? Hillary, her emails and the Steele dossier, was that really ever investigated? And last Friday when this caller made the comment comparing a school child making a threat and Tester making that comment, Jennifer made the comment, well, I'm sure it'll be investigated, referring to Tester's comment. How naive of a statement is that for someone who's, a well-educated lawyer? All these other things have never been investigated. You got Joe Biden making the comment about taking him behind the gym, Tester, punch him in the face, Hillary, the emails, in the Kavanaugh hearing. Those Democrats knew that woman was lying. Was that ever investigated? Was anything ever prosecuted because of that? The slander and the libel brought against Kavanaugh? And then there was one more thing. And Mitch McConnell. Okay, so his Twitter account was closed by Twitter because he was exposing a video that was
threats of killing him. Threats of killing him.
Yeah, and showing demonstrators in front of his house threatening to kill him. Yeah.
So
it was exposing the threats against Mitch McConnell, and yet did those other people get their Twitter accounts closed? No, Mitch McConnell's account was closed because he was exposing the threats against him. And the video was real people, in Kentucky.
Yeah.
More than 1,000 people I'm sorry.
No, you're right. There was that African-American commentator on MSNBC last week, asking people to show up with pitchforks and and torches at people's homes. I mean, talk about inciting a riot. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that seems to, there seems to be an awful lot of calls for violence on one side of the aisle, but not on the other.
And accusing the other side of violence.
Well, yeah. So,
have the heads of the FBI ever been investigated? During the campaign, and the FISA warrant, the Steele dossier, that was all fabricated.
Well, supposedly they are by the Inspector General. That report's supposed to come out, I believe, in September, Shane.
Yeah, we're hoping.
So
we've been waiting 5 months for it.
Yeah. So there I think they are investigating the source of the dossier and how it played into Mueller and that. So we hope that will happen. At least we'd all like to know, who was involved in all this and who wasn't.
Right. But seriously, how naive of a comment for Jennifer to make that these things will be investigated, that Chester would be investigated. These other things never were, and they never will be.
Yeah.
Especially as long as the Democrats remain in control of different committees and so forth.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well,
got to protect your own. That's what they say, right?
Excellent call. Good point.
Prediction. You'll probably never hear about John Tester's comment ever again.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not. Well, unless he's called out in a town hall or somewhere, and I doubt the media will cover that. So.
Exactly.
Right. Thanks for the call. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. All right. All right. We got to take another quick break. We'll be right back with more of these Monday morning. It's not Tuesday. Monday morning. It's Tuesday morning.
It's Tuesday.
I know. It's Tuesday, my favorite day. Yes, let's have more of Tuesday. We have almost an hour left of Tuesday this morning. So we'll be right back with more Tuesday right after this. 7 minutes before the top of the hour. It is Tuesday, August 13, 2019, 59 degrees outside. Looking for a high of 75 degrees outside. From our text line, Epstein died in a federal prison under Trump's watch. Not good. I would say he was under Bob Barr's watch. Trump's not in the... One of Trump's 5 duties is not watching prisoners in some jail cell somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. But it is the responsibility of the Department of Justice that's a federal lockup facility.
Yeah.
So the big concern, of course, you have in the legalese of all this is, people now, when you want to not let them post bail, they're going to argue it to a judge. Well, it's not safe to put me in this facility. Yeah. I could die there.
I would think so.
That's why this is dangerous because, wow, if you can't lock up people, I mean,
let's see. I'm bored of winning. With Trump, my income stayed the same. Taxes went up $2,000, and his executive order that removed subsidies raised our health insurance $500. So he took $16,000 out of our family budget and got a $1 billion tax cut, and our kids got $2 trillion in new debt. Well, if your income staying the same, your tax went up $2,000, I'd get a different CPA. If it were me, because that makes no sense whatsoever. I can understand the subsidies on the health care because everybody's health care has pretty well gone up. So and you're not alone there.
And the deficit did go up, but it was $1 trillion, not $2 trillion. So
yeah. Well, he's talking about $2 trillion in debt for the kids, and as I pointed out many times, my parents stuck me with a lot more than that. The internet or the interstate highway system and the space program alone were more than $2 trillion. So
and Vietnam, baby.
And Vietnam too. So I get stuck with paying for all that stuff. So let's see, from our text line 478-8298. Yo, Fox, play their game. I just want to know how many times you're going to say sexual predator. Well, I don't think either one of us have said sexual predator. Maybe Fox is, but you and I haven't. What you're trying to say is this is the new normal. Well, not. Let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope it's not the new normal. But I don't know. Maybe it is. So if speaking of that, all the phrases that we've gone through, Shane, we've gone from racist to white nationalist. Now we're to white supremacists.
White supremacists. Yeah.
And I'm not
Traitor.
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure where we're going next. Yeah, treason.
Traitor.
Yeah, pretty much all these terms have been. I don't know. They're running out of terms. The Democrats are excellent at doing terms. So you got pro-choice. You got all these things they come up with that.
Well, you know what I've noticed too, though, that's fascinating is like just about a month ago or maybe 6 weeks ago. Remember, for 2 years, you heard the same talking points every day on all the channels.
Oh yeah,
remember that? Like,
well, you still do. You still do.
Well, not like it was. Like you know what I'm saying? Like every day they'd use the same talking point.
Well, yeah.
So they sort of moved away from that. You know what I mean?
Well, they were using manufactured crisis right and left at the border, and they had to give that up. And now, of course, you got kids in cages, and they kind of had to give that up. And concentration camps, and the whole 9 yards of that getting a little stale.
Yeah, it was like a choir singing in unison.
Yeah. Now, of course, we moved on to gun control, so we got assault weapons. We've got all the things associated with that. We got red flag laws now that are coming along, and I don't know. It's it's a really slippery slope. I think we're headed down here and trying to. It's futile to. There's no law that's going to stop somebody who's motivated from hurting other people. Whether they do it with a gun or a hammer or a machete or a knife or a grenade or a bomb or whatever, they're going to get it done one way or the other.
Well, that's right. Trump wants to, enforce the 98 law that Clinton put into effect to penalize migrants that want to rely on public benefits.
Yeah.
And everybody's accusing Trump of enforcing a law that Clinton, created. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like, it's sort of off the wall when you.
Yeah.
Pamela Harris, this administration, this is another example. I don't want to repeat what she said. It's just bad.
Yeah.
It's just bad.
Well, we'll find out. We've got another
year. 14 months and we'll find out, right?
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah. I mean, we got another debate coming up in September. Yeah. So about 10 have made it so far, I think, that have qualified for it.
So far, yeah. That's
right. Yang made it. Yang is going to be there. Of course he did. Yeah, and Beto made it. How, I don't know, but he's there.
If it's an open convention, I could see Yang getting the nomination. I could.
Well, that's possible. Yeah. Yeah. Some people like him. I'd like $1,000 a month. Let's go. Pay up.
Yeah, that's right. There you go, baby.
All right. Let's see, from our text line, EPS, age discrimination, Tom and Shane are dinosaurs. Absolutely right about that. Residents pay income tax, not sales tax. Non-residents don't pay income tax, they pay sales tax. Hot dog sounds better than Haggis Ginny. And Epstein was in a New York Fed lockup, so...
That's right.
That's what makes it Bob Barr's business. So,
exactly.
All right, we got to Doug Adder pay a bill. By the way, we got a caller on the line, Shane. So if you could chat with them, we'll be right back with more right after this. 6 minutes after the hour, it's Tuesday, August 13th, 2019. 61 degrees outside. Shaman Tallman is on the line from Vancouver, British Columbia, and Tom Eagle, your morning mayor, and the real mayor. 3-time mayor of Bozeman, Jeff Krauss, is in the house.
Hi, Tom. Hi, Shane.
Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, it is a beautiful morning outside.
Yeah. We're well below our average for this time of year in temperature, but I don't know.
Yeah, last week's hot spell is just a dim memory now. But road construction season proceeds unabated.
You can't You can't swing a cat without hitting a roundabout.
Well,
hold that memory of a hot spell for the middle of winter, will you?
Yeah, that's right.
That 97-degree afternoon, I was up there on Canyon Ferry. Man, this is hot.
Well, the righteous Eagle Man, predicting 20 feet of snow, so be careful.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to snow this week probably, so I'm ready. So.
No, I mean this winter.
Oh,
your magic bush out yesterday.
Oh, yeah. So, what did you guys do last night that we should be in vital fear of or virtual fear of?
Not a whole lot. Not really a whole lot. No. We did hear from. We heard so the people that built where the new Heaves is, the developer that built where the new Heaves is, was required to do some improvements to the intersection there, as everybody knows, right? Yeah. The ones that you could go through the Marvin Lindley neighborhood to get around.
Yeah, you didn't have to go through if you wanted to go to the hospital and you were at the door, you weren't going to make it.
You weren't going to make it. Well, what happened with that was the city and the developer agreed to split what they thought was going to be about $240,000 worth of improvements to that intersection. The state came along. It is a state highway.
State highway,
it's a federal highway, and said, "Oh no, those improvements will be like $1 million, $1,100,000," and that's a pretty solid number because it's all been spent. So we had agreed to pitch in $120,000. Right, half of the 241 we thought it was going to be. Well, the state completely changed the scope of the it wasn't the estimate was wrong. I think the estimate of what was needed was wrong, but changed the scope of the project to correct for everything that had ever been done up that road, including building a new hospital and then a couple of additions to MSU. Right, everything. And so here was the developer stuck with $1 million, right, of intersection improvements that weren't for his project at all, right? Well, we had agreed to pay for half before, and we probably will agree to pay for half now, even though it's a lot more. But we got lots of money from MSU and the hospital for impact fees that we could put to that intersection. We just choose to put them somewhere else, and I think, that's a flaw in our impact fee system, that where we collect them and where we spend them are two different things.
So this guy's not going to make any profit at all on Heaves.
Well, he's got two more projects coming.
Yeah.
And generally what we do in these cases, we'll give him some cash from the impact fee fund. We voted to give him another $130,000 because that's all we had unpledged. But I think when the next year's estimate of impact fees comes in, we'll likely give him some impact fee credits. And as he builds those other buildings on that site, he'll be able to use those.
Okay.
But, we have a new intersection there where we got some complaints about a complaint that there weren't, that the crossings, the pedestrian crossings and the bike lanes weren't robust enough. And I thought today one of the things I could ask listeners was we're going to spend millions of dollars, maybe more, on bike lanes in the next decade. Will that tempt you to ride your bike to and from work in December? I'd be interested in that. How much do we have to spend in bike lanes for you to eschew your truck or car and spend all winter commuting on a bike?
Well,
how about you, Tom?
Yeah, bike. Not unless it's motorized.
And it has an enclosed cab and four wheels, and we'll call it a bike. I'll just put bike on the side of the old Camry.
Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah, my convertible is my bike. So, well, we've got a caller waiting who wants to talk to you, Jeff. So let's go to the phones. 522-TALK is the number. Call you on the air with Jeff Krauss. What's up?
This is Clint.
Hey, Clint.
Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning.
Have you had breakfast?
No, I had a piece of toast. I have to eat something with all my pills, Clint.
Well, how about if I buy the best breakfast in town down here at the Four Corners Cafe?
Yeah. What town is the Four Corners Cafe in, Clint?
It's right out here at the Four Corners. You know where it is as well as I do. It's going to be part of Bozeman eventually, someday.
Yeah, maybe.
But I wanted you to come out, and I want to buy you breakfast, and I got a few things I want you to look at, and I need an opinion.
Okay, well, as you've listened to me for a long time on the radio,
That's right.
I generally have one of those.
I know that.
Yeah.
Is it a date this morning?
This morning. It can't be this morning. I've got a date with the dentist this morning.
Okay.
It could be tomorrow morning.
Okay. How about I meet you at 9 o'clock?
All right. Just a second here. Let me put that in.
Okay.
Wednesday, August 14th, 9 a.m.
At Four Corners Cafe.
All right.
And I'll buy you anything you want to eat.
Wow. I'm coming too.
That's all right, Tom. Just come right along with him. I don't care. And Shane, you'll just have to be wishful thinking.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, buddy, I will.
Well, come on. Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Come with him.
Well, we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, really. I want to give you something to talk about.
Okay.
Come with him.
All right. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I can or not.
All right.
Okay.
It's the date, Clint.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
All right, bye. All right, so you guys are set to meet. Let's take another call while we're in the mood here. 522-TALK is the number, 522-8255. Calling you on the air with Jeff Krauss. What's up?
Yeah, I wonder what the cyclists are doing to pay for the bicycle lanes.
Yeah, what are they doing, Jeff? We don't license them. We don't.
Right. And
we fine them, I guess, if they're riding the wrong way or on the sidewalk.
They don't pay gas tax. I think that's probably the one that most people would center on. But a lot of either through their rent or through their mortgage, they're paying property taxes, and that's what that's what pays for most of the roads anyway. So they're paying property taxes either. The gas tax is some. We get a portion of that back from the state and the feds, but in general, people on bicycles pay the same way cars do, and that's through their property taxes.
No, cars pay for it every time they buy gas, every time they get their license renewed.
Yeah, I don't think the license plate has a road tax appended to it. I don't think so.
Well, I know it's got weeds and everything else on it.
Well, it's a general property tax, and we get some of that back from the state. Yes, through the rebate that the legislature gives the after taking the property tax, but the motor vehicle taxes go to the state now. They don't stay in the county.
Yeah.
So I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
So in all cities, they put boxes on the side of the road and they run a cable across it to see the traffic. How many cars use that street, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So have they developed one for bikes to see how many people are using these bike lanes? Before you go spending more money on the bike lanes, I think you need a counter to find out how many people are actually using them. That seems sensible to me.
We do have some counters. I don't have those statistics, but twice a year, the bikes we do count at various intersections. The bike board does it actually. Counts at various intersections. And so some people, there is a small percentage of road use that is bicyclists, and it's grown over the years.
Well, aren't bicycles supposed to obey all the traffic laws too?
They are. That's right.
Yeah.
They're supposed to, but I never see them do it. I work up on campus, and they blow through stop signs. They don't yield to pedestrians. They ride on the sidewalk when every street up here has bike lanes, and they don't use them.
Well, shouldn't they be required to get a license, like a driver's license, to be on a city street because of the liability?
Well,
I would go.
I'm not sure about that.
Bicycle.
Well, why not? It's good revenue for the city.
Yeah, let the bicyclists, if they want to have more bike lanes, get their bikes licensed. That way, that money can be designated straight for bike lanes.
And on top of that, they'd have to have a little license plate underneath their seat So when they break a law, somebody driving by seeing them break a law can write down their license plate number on their bike and give a call to the police and say, hey, check this guy out.
There you go.
Yeah. Well,
hey, thanks for the call.
I have felt like that a few times myself. Certainly, bicyclists, like all the motorists in town, seem to think that we have a lot of traffic advisories, not traffic laws.
Yeah.
That is
traffic suggestions.
Yeah, traffic suggestions. Yeah. Anybody that watches people make turns at intersections know that the Bozeman swoosh is one of the most frequently where you're supposed to turn right lane to right lane and left lane to left lane. Right. And no one ever does that. They go to whatever lane they want to go to.
Yeah, we'll go wherever we want to go.
Yeah.
From our text line, problem with bike lanes in December is snow load. Bike lanes turn into the pile-up area and aren't adequately cleared and maintained in winter, very hazardous for two-wheeled travelers. So,
that's interesting. You know why it's not so much that it gets plowed over there, because typically they plow the bike lanes too when they plow.
Yeah.
But it is the case that the cars themselves clear the car lanes.
Yeah.
Right. And it is the volume of traffic back and forth in the car lanes that sort of wear the snow out. Right. And so you have a clear lane in the car lane and the automobile lane because of the volume of cars. And you don't have a clear lane in the bike lane because of the lack of volume of bikes, really.
Right.
We do have some dedicated bike lane clearing equipment, I think, now. But, that's in general, what's going to happen in the winter is it's going to snow, and there's going to be snow in the bike lane.
Yeah. Okay. From our text line for Jeff Krauss, why can't the homeless soup kitchen on 7th be relocated? It is a magnet for some disheveled homeless people who detract from the entire area. That's from Lynn. The Frontier Pie place.
Oh, yeah.
Fork and Spoon.
Fork and Spoon.
Yeah.
Why can't it be relocated?
Yeah.
We should just forcibly evict them, or, it's located there, I think, because the HRDC either bought or leased the property, and that's what they put in there. And it is a licensed eatery on North 7th. And, I'm not exactly sure how many constitutional violations it would take to relocate them. Yeah. But, yeah, they're... it's just like saying, why don't you relocate the motel next door, right?
Yeah.
Because they have a right to be there.
All right. Let's take a phone call, then we got to take a break. Caller, real briefly, what do you got for Jeff?
Well, this is the robust Benny.
Yeah.
What's with robust? It's not robust enough. What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? They're not robust enough.
Bicyclists ride on their lane. They ride on the street. They ride on the sidewalk. They ride everywhere. What more do they want? They don't pay for anything. They ride everywhere.
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, what do you do? And clearly, if you're riding your bike in December, you're a moron. What are we supposed to do for these people?
All right, we got to take a quick break, and we'll let Jeff answer that when we come back. We'll be right back, and Jeff will tell us why, how to make these lanes more robust. We'll figure it out when we come back. It is 22 minutes after the hour of 8 a.m. Three-time mayor and current city commissioner Jeff Krauss is in the house. Shane Taubman, half man, half amazing, on the line. Tom Eaglehoff, your morning mayor. And you got something going on, Shane?
Yep. Well, Wayne called earlier and had a question for you, if I may, from the list for Jeff.
Cool.
Why don't you negotiate with unions to do road work at night instead of during the day?
So... the road work that you see around town is done by contractors. I don't know if they're union contractors or not union contractors, but it's done by contractors. And I suppose we could negotiate with contractors that all their work needed to be at night, but that would carry a premium price.
Yeah. Well, I know during the winter when I come to work at 4:45 in the morning, they're out here clearing snow.
Right. Now that is the city street department clearing snow.
And they do that
and they do that at night. They do that from midnight till
and the street
8 a.m.
sweeping too. I see them sweeping the street when I come in the morning. So
I always think about the lonely street sweeper. They're just him and his sweeper at 3 o'clock in the morning. That wow, hey, hats off to you. Mm-hmm. It's got to be a fairly lonely job there, midnight shift on the street sweeper. But for the most part, all the street work that you're seeing, the reconstruction of the intersections, and they're all done by contractors, big contractors. And of course, the asphalt plants have to be open, and the gravel haulers would have to haul gravel at night. And I don't know if that's a good trade-off at night or not, having all those 10-wheelers gearing up and gearing down all around town in the middle of the night. Is that a win? I'm not sure. But for the most part...
I was going to say, unless you're a sound sleeper, it's probably...
Yeah, the workday is the workday, right? And if you want to go outside the workday, you're going to pay a premium.
Yeah, I would agree. Let's see, from our text line, I ride a bicycle 1,000 miles a year. I do pay taxes for the roads through my 2 vehicles, property taxes and everything else I'm taxed for. And I am just as frustrated as you with the bicycles who do not obey traffic laws. According to Montana law, bicycles are free vehicles and are required to obey the laws. And I'm tired of those bicyclists who give the rest of us a bad name. Please don't lump us all in with them.
Yeah, I think
I'd agree with that.
That was the point I was trying to make, Tom, is that generally speaking, a lot of the bicyclists used to say around town are paying that property tax some way, and most of what you do is a tax collected on property, either arterial and collect or impact fees, or the real property tax that goes to these streets, with the exception of the gas tax, which clearly bikes don't pay.
from our text line, street sweepers with heated cabs, coast to coast AM on the radio, smoking a joint. It's a college town. They best be prepared anyway.
It just seems like a lonely profession to me. Yeah. Whether you're enhanced, you got an enhanced mindset or not. Yeah. Coast to coast AM radio, huh?
Yeah. From our text line, why are they still building houses on Bridger Golf Course after the city was sued for dump residue? From the dump out there.
What I would tell you is the people that are building those houses are fully informed.
All right. Well, let's take some calls. See what callers have to think. We got bikes. We got refuge. We've got intersections, bike lanes. We got it all today.
Right. I don't know anymore about HRDC's plans to locate whatever they're going to locate on Griffith Drive, but I think that's the shelter, the warming shelter, and then some kind of full-time facility.
Yeah.
200 block of Griffin Drive, East Griffin Drive.
It's the old Thompson rental place. That's where it is.
All right.
I think. Yeah. Let's go to the phones. 522-TALK is the number. Caller, you're on the air with Jeff Krauss. What's up? Hello. All right, let's try this line. Caller, you on the air. What's going on?
Hey, I have a question for Jeff.
Sure.
You have the busy signal in your phone system somewhere.
All right.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, we got rid of it.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Jeff, why is it that the bicycle owners are the only ones that get a free unlicensed vehicle? Why don't the rest of us? That's a little bit of discrimination right there.
Yeah,
I know.
I think that's up to the state, isn't it?
It is. Well, we could probably have a city license. I just wonder what the cost of that to administer would be. And
But here's the deal. It needs to fund itself.
We just added on the property taxes. I mean, done deal.
I tell you what, I'm sick and tired of negotiating these bicycle riders and these skateboarders and all that. And this town is so full of communists, liberals. I think it's high time they pay their fair share. So I suggest you do it. I suggest you give them a $200 a year bicycle tax to pay for their infrastructure. If they don't like it, walk. That's the free mode of transportation.
All right. Hey, thanks for the call.
Bye.
I got to go. I'm up against the clock. So, Shane, we got a caller waiting. If you could talk to them. Oh, you can't talk to them. All right. Well, they'll be on the line when you get back, Shane. So, Shane just keeps dropping his call today. I don't know what's going on with his phone today. But, all right, there you go, Shane. All right, we'll be back with Jeff Krauss right after these important words, so stay tuned. 24 minutes for the top of the hour. It is Tuesday, August 13th, 2019. Shane Matavin on the line with me, Jeff Krauss in the house, and we've got MSU construction projects. We got a neighbor open house on August 14th tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. in the sub ballroom, room 233. 233 at the sub ballroom there. They're going to talk about the American Indian Hall, Romney Gym construction, the fitness center roofs, and other changes on the horizon. So if you're in that neighborhood and want to know how that construction is going to affect you and your commute and getting around the MSU area, you need to be there tomorrow night, 6:30, August 14th at the sub ballroom. Let's take this call, and then we'll do sharrows.
Yeah.
Sharrows. Okay. 522 Talk is the number. Caller, you're on with Jeff Krauss. What's up?
How's it going? This is Joe Mann, and I work over at MSU actually right now. So, But I wanted to, real quick, first I wanted to invite you all to the Potato Festival out in Manhattan this weekend on Saturday.
Right. Yeah, 17th.
Yeah, and I'm a sandwich promoter, so I'm a musician. I'll be starting at 9 a.m., and then there's a parade at 11. And then more music all day long after that. So, yeah, come on out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, not so much a question, but a comment on the construction and the idea of doing construction at night. I have a lot of folks and relatives back in the big cities and stuff, and that's the normal way of doing things anymore. And there might be somewhat of a premium, a night premium to pay, but they get the job done in like half the time. So it's really... It totally balances out. And, you don't have, hundreds of people getting pissed off at rush hour. So, just put that out there because the cost is about the same, if not even less, because they can get it done quicker.
All right. Good point. Thanks for the call.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Yeah. All right. Probably some truth to that, Jeff, that without the traffic going around, I guess it depends on what kind of project you got going.
Yeah.
As to how efficient that is. But we want to talk about when I drive down Mendenhall toward the back of Wendy's, here's this thing in the middle of the road. It's got a bike and a couple, looks like corporal stripes.
Yeah.
and pointing that way, and I'm wondering what exactly is that.
So that indicates that Mendenhall it has sharrows, and what that tells a car rider or a bike rider is the bike is entitled to the use of that lane.
So the whole lane.
The whole lane.
They don't have to stay on the curb. They can ride. They can ride down the middle of that lane. Legally,
that lane is a sharrow.
Yeah.
Yes, so share.
Yeah, share all the lane.
You share the lane with the bicyclist, and they're all over town.
Yeah, I see them. Particularly on side streets and short streets and things like that.
And it's meant to tell, particularly the automobile driver or truck driver, that the bicyclist has the same right to the lane that they do. And they're on Mendenhall. They're on some significant streets where it's not as easy to put in a bike lane. But that and I think you'll see more of that as more people do ride their bikes.
Yeah, I don't see it on Mendenhall, but I do see it on that short stretch between 7th and 11th.
Yeah, well, that's Mendenhall, right?
Yeah.
It is right after you turn on Mendenhall from Rouse, going west. They're painted on there too,
really?
like behind the long block.
Okay, yeah. I guess I didn't see them on the way from here to there, but
yeah.
So they may be at the beginning of the street because there's just one
right
in that area. So okay.
Well, you're going to see them, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't see them on Main Street, and you don't see them on. But a bicyclist could ride down, take one of the lanes on Main Street, and ride down it. I mean, we just talked about how their vehicles, they are. And they're entitled to that lane when it's not practicable to ride next to the parked cars, or maybe you're scared to be over there. You're entitled to the roadway.
Okay. From our text line, please get rid of the sound bites that have been on for the last 6 months. I find myself turning off the radio. I don't listen to AOC and the rest of the clown car for a reason, and but that's all you play. Enough is enough. Well, I know we play them from time to time. I just got rid of one right before this segment, but
not the Subway sandwich one.
No, I didn't get rid of the Subway sandwich.
Oh, man, I love the Subway.
The Subway sandwich is pretty good. That's not a bad one. So, but I know from sitting here the ones that are the oldest, and I am trying to eliminate those because there's particularly if they're long ones, if they're 40 or 50 seconds, we don't need them if they're old,
right?
And they've been played to death. So I am trying to watch that. So bear with me as we go through, because obviously I see what's coming up on the air, and as I learn which ones are which, then by the way, those 1,000 miles a year I ride, very few of those are in town. And another, by the way, I am about as conservative as you can get. So there you are. Shane's comment about having a counter to determine the volume use of bicycles is valid. I do like Jeff's proactive response, with the exception of who is doing the counting. It's a little bit like leaving the hungry kid in charge of the cookies jar.
It probably is. There probably is a little bit that way. I thought I smelled a bike. Right? Right. But most of these people have. I think they understand what their responsibility is, and they're taking it seriously. I've hung out with them for a long time, and I think they are taking it seriously.
All right, let's take a call. 522-TALK is the number. Caller, you on the air with Jeff Krauss. What's up?
Good morning, Jeff and Tom.
Good morning.
This is Jack.
Morning, Jack.
Good morning. I'm wondering what the requirements there are of the scooters that have been apparently okayed for the city. Are they required to wear helmets, and what rules do they follow, and what liabilities are there for the city in that respect? Go ahead.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Well, we don't have specific rules for scooters. Okay, there are no specific rules for scooters. They are a vehicle, motorized vehicle, so if you were to think of them as a bicycle,
same laws apply.
Pretty much, I think, with some exception as to what trails you could ride on. I think maybe, we say no motorized vehicles on some trails, and you might be violating the law taking one of those scooters on a trail.
Yeah. Plus, I think they have a area they won't operate outside of.
They might.
They might. They got some kind of GPS on them or something that.
So you have several deadwoods at your house, or what?
Well, you don't load them up on the vehicle and take them over to Belgrade to ride around.
Okay, all right, I get it. They're prohibited from the sidewalk. We're getting some new stickers for the sidewalk, and they have stickers on the vehicle themselves.
Yeah.
I've asked for an increased police presence to write tickets to bicyclists on the sidewalks. and scooters on the sidewalk. So whatever they see as a violation, at this beginning period of scooters, they should write them up, whether it's a scooter violating the law or a pedestrian or they should get a ticket. So we have an increased police presence downtown, walking, paying attention to these scooters. So, but in general, if you were to think of the same rules that apply to a bicycle, apply to them.
All right. We got to take a quick break. Shane, we got a caller waiting. If you could talk to them, we'll be right back right after this. All right, 13 minutes for the top of the hour. We still have a caller, Shane? We do. All right, let's go to the phones. 522-TALK is the number. Caller, you are on with Jeff Krauss. What's up?
Yeah, well, I'm just calling about all the bicycle hate on this show this morning.
Okay.
I mean, you guys are talking about more regulations, putting more license laws, permit, certificate laws on the bicyclists. We're already overregulated. The city already gets too much money. The city budget needs to be cut. Bicycles, by and large, they do get some leeway because they don't cause as much harm. When they crash, they don't kill 2-3 people. Mm-hmm. So, it's true there. Other
than the bicyclists.
Yeah, the bicyclists don't kill. So obviously, when enforcement sees a bicyclist run a stop sign, it's not as serious usually as when a car runs a stop sign. Mm-hmm. And by the way, we have too many stop signs. They should be yield signs. I mean, there's too much regulation. You guys are, and then I heard a call the bicyclist communist and calling for more government. It's the guy calling for more government, more regulation. It's he who is the communist.
Yeah.
We need more freedom and less money for government, not more money for government.
There you are.
All right. I like all that. Yeah. I think for the most part, either through their rent or through building their house or through their property taxes, bicyclists are paying street taxes, street repair taxes, collector and arterial taxes, and general taxes, okay, through their property taxes. The one that everybody's missing is gasoline taxes, but, they don't use any gasoline. They're just, an electric car doesn't use a gasoline tax. A hybrid pays very little in gasoline taxes. So, the consumption tax is good for those of us that have an internal combustion engine, but I think bicyclists, for their percentage of impact on roads, at least for now, I think
pretty minimal,
are probably paying their share through the same taxes we all pay.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Probably more of us should ride bicycles and be freer and not worry about placing all these impositions on everybody.
All right. Hey, thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Roger.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let's take another call. 522-TALK is the number. Caller, you on the air. What's up?
Hey, Shane and the mayor. It's Kevin.
Hey,
Kevin.
Hey,
Kevin.
Well, I'm very tempted to talk about communism and bicycles, so I'm going to stick to my point.
I want to hear that. Yeah.
That would be a whole show. All right, but I got 2 suggestions for the HRDC soup kitchen.
Okay.
All right, since it's such a blight on North 7th, as if North 7th isn't a blight.
It is a blighted area, right?
The first one is let's force the city to put it in the old frat house. All right, isn't that a good option?
One-liner, pa-doom. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Plenty of parking, and you can eat on the lawn.
That's right. And you can have movies there, weddings. Don't worry about the weddings. The homeless people will do the
catering.
Kevin, it would get more use.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, people always complain to me when I call it a white elephant. Look, it just sits there most of the time empty.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, I think I've seen it used twice this summer, so that's some good use. The second one would be I say the city gets back into the real estate business, buys a bungalow on Cooper Park, and we put it there.
Oh, all right.
There we go.
Woo, those Cooper Park bungalows, while they are expensive, they're highly speculative at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
The city's got endless money, so we'll just let them buy it. Maybe we'll buy one for $900,000, and then we'll throw the homeless shelter.
All right, man. Hey, thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, we got to take another break. Got to get the Rush update in here. Shane, we're going to have another caller waiting, so if you could chat with them while Rush is on, we'll be right back right after these important words. 4 minutes for the top of the hour. Jeff made a Facebook post and a reply to an article in the Chronicle where our county commissioner Mr. Seifert said that the taxes won't go up, and Jeff wrote the article says your taxes won't necessarily go up. I heard this from government officials too. However, I don't believe that there will be a common homeowner or landlord experience. To start with, state taxes, 101 mills, are fixed. That rate will not go down, but will be applied to the higher valuation. So you will pay higher taxes to the state, period. Second, it could be that the City of Bozeman or High School District 7 rates could go down for operating levies, but the new high school and public safety building levies will raise rates for anyone in those jurisdictions. Finally, even if rates are adjusted down, if your appraisal went up at a higher rate than the 23.5 average, say 35 or 86%, your taxes will go up. Also, some assessments in Bozeman went up. These are based on square footage. Good luck, but up's a better bet than down.
Yep. I think that sums it up, right? When I was the county treasurer, people would laugh and say, hey, my tax is going up this year. And my answer was, did you ever know them to go down?
Yeah.
And and I think the answer for us around here is no. We haven't known them to go down at all. And the amount of money that governments, the accumulated governments take out of the you would be shocked, right, at how much tax revenue the county treasurer collects every year in property taxes alone. It is a large number now.
Yeah, it's getting larger all the time. Well, and particularly with the new valuations that came out, it's going to be even higher as we go along.
Right. And, yes, if your house only went up 10%, or then perhaps you will see them for... Then, the rest of everybody else's went up higher, so maybe yours will come down a little bit. But I think for the most part, most everyone's common experience the impact of the bonds we sold for the Law and Justice Center. If you live in town, you're going to see a tax increase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, what's the interest rate on that bond?
Well, it's a private placement, so that's being negotiated. We'll have another little thing in front of us that'll tell us what that rate is, but it shouldn't be too high. They're muni bonds. As far as I'm concerned, if it's 4%, it's a good investment for. Not that I'm giving investment advice. I can do the guy tomorrow's thing,
right,
Mark.
Yeah. Ask Mike about it tomorrow.
Yeah, but I think it's a pretty good investment if you're an investor, and I think. I think we'll get a good rate with this. We don't usually do these. We sell big bonds, but I think it'll be interesting. Banks are certainly interested in these bonds.
Let's take one more phone call before we got to go. Caller, you're on the air with Jeff Krauss. What's up?
So what does the government and taxes and a spouse with a gambling problem have in common?
Oh, this is good.
Never enough money.
Hey, that's the truth. Hey, great call. Thanks for that. We appreciate it. All right, that was a good one. Yeah. All right, Jeff, we're out of time, man.
Out of time. It was a quick hour. Appreciate it. Shane, thank you. Tom, thank you.
My pleasure, Jeff. Great having you in the house, Mayor. I'll talk to you tomorrow, everyone. Have a great day. It's the end of Tuesday, Tom. You should be happy.
I'm happy, man. I'm happy. It's Tuesday's over.
Gone with the wind. Tuesday's gone with the wind, right?
Yeah, there you go. All right, thanks, everyone. Thanks, Shane. Thanks, Mayor, for being here. We appreciate it very much. And a lot of great information, a lot of comments on bikes and scooters and everything else. Those are always a topic, I guess, that we can always talk about. Taxes, obviously, another one that... property taxes and all of that. We got the Law and Justice Center going on the ballot. We've got the bond for the safety building coming up. So all that.